In case you've just joined us, this is Jim Leahy in the hot seat tonight. George Mackey, Regional Executive of the Port Clyde-based Windmill Transport, who will be taking over the rail franchise in Scotland from tomorrow. Our next caller is David Blair from Johnson. David, do you think this is good news or bad news for the commuter?
I just want to say I was waiting for my bus to work this morning. It was due at 7:12, but it didn't turn up at 7:12, did it hell? It turned up at 7:33, 21 minutes late. The morning before that, it was 39 minutes late. The morning before that, oh joy of joys, it was only 17 minutes late.
Do you carry a stopwatch with you,
The
David?
morning before that, it didn't turn up at all.
Look, I completely understand your frustration. All of us working at Port Clyde are endeavouring to achieve punctuality targets, not just in Scotland, but throughout our UK operation. Ironically, this is exactly the kind of problem the new franchise is going to solve. And from tomorrow, both buses and trains will be integrated into the Windmill network. This has been an aspiration of our founder, Kathleen Gorman, for many years, precisely because it allows us to finally address the delays and anomalies brought about by timetabling conflicts.
I want you to sort out that bus.
I'm sorry, I have other callers waiting.
You're the bastard responsible. It's you. You're the one.
You killed him! You killed him, it's you!
Tell me I'm not having it.
I said I was sorry.
It's the third time I've caught him sneaking round my room.
Sandy, what were you doing sneaking around Mr. Clancy's room?
He pinched my train transformer.
Don't let stop him playing with those model trains of his. Chug, 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 woo, woo, all bloody night. How's a working man supposed to get his sleep out here?
Where's for tea?
Not now, Jim. It will be happening again, Mr. Clancy.
Too right it will me. The next time I want to stay in a loony bin, I'll get myself committed.
Now, you're just upset.
What else would you call this place? Your brother thinks he's a fat controlling your kids hang glue most of the time.
That's petrol. He likes to muck about with cars.
And as for that granny of yours.
Anyone seen my false teeth?
Gran!
I'm out of here.
Please, Mr. Clancy, let's talk about this. Well, can we just settle up this week's rent then? Mr. Clancy! Wait! Sandy!
He pinched one of my locomotives as well.
That's the third lodger we've lost in 6 months, Sandy. Now go to your room.
Pinching things is wrong, isn't it, Lucy?
I said go to your room. And you can hold it right there. I want to know where you're going. Don't you dare leave this house. Don't you dare.
I'll see you.
Don't you think you better get some clothes on, Gran?
Picking up low major delays on the E725 Eastlebride Expressway at the Route interchange. Staying in South Lanarkshire, check the lights inside the Gavin Bridge will hold you up for a few minutes. And finally,
How bad time is it?
delays on delays on Main Street at Courtbank Street.
Give me that. Got a lock. I'm going to lock that door and you're not going in that room again, do you understand?
To buy a Mars bar.
No, you listening to me.
That's £2 for the week or 40p a day.
Give me a week.
How can I no buy a Mars bar?
Because we haven't got any money, Sandy. The gas bill's overdue, the electric's overdue, the lodger's gone off without paying the rent. We haven't got any money.
You want my £2?
Just shut up and buy your Mars bar.
Okay, that's 28p, Sandy. And you're giving me 10, 20, 30p. So how much do I owe you?
2 pence.
Lucky guess, come on. You'll miss your train. What do you think you were doing in there? What were you staring at the poor girl for?
She's my friend, her name's Rosita.
I don't care what her name is. How many times do I have to tell you to keep your head down? No wonder the kids bully you. What the hell are they teaching you at that day centre of yours?
Yeah, I can hang the coats up in the office now. You can get a paying job doing this.
All right.
And I'm making a rocket from a squeezy bottle.
Well, as long as there's no waste of public money involved.
into the belly of the beast.
Okay, there's your piece box. There's your 50 pence for the tea kitty. Put it in your zip pocket.
I won't lose that.
Just put it in the zip pocket. On you go then. I'll see you at 7 under the clock.
I know.
And stay under the clock. You're not going near the paper stall because the guy says he doesn't want you hanging around there anymore, understood? Understood?
Aye. Wanker.
Lucy Panic.
Who wants to know?
My name is Donovan Quick.
Well, if you're working for Murdo, you can tell me to piss off. I haven't got the money this week. I've tried stripping down at the Central, but the guys kept shouting to put them on. So what does he want from me?
I've come about the room.
Oh. Well, I guess you better come in then. That's the sitting room, complete with the telly. That's the kitchen. I do breakfast. Cornflakes, Rice Krispies. Anything you want. And this is the room to let. Bathroom's upstairs. I do the sheets once a week and the towels anytime you need them.
I like this room. I'll take it.
The rent's 40 quid a week. In advance.
40?
In advance. Okay, 35 then. 30, but that's my limit, right?
Why don't we just call it 55?
No chance you... 55.
That's breakfast included and laundry service.
I could do full board if you want.
Should we call it 75 then?
And room service. I could do room service.
No. I think you're doing quite enough as it is. So, first and last week's rent. And 1 week's security deposit, you all right? £225. Paid in full.
When do you want to move all your stuff in?
There's no time like the present. There. All moved in.
Why did he know if he'd work?
He's not got a job, Gran.
I thought he was working at that garage.
The YTS scheme. That was last year.
Was it? Could you put their cars back on? I was watching that.
5, 10, 15.
30.
5, 10,
35.
Clive, do you have to do that?
Do what? 40.
I can't concentrate with you counting.
I've got to count pieces. I didn't count, I wouldn't know when to stop. 45.
You can stop now, Clive.
What did you do that for? I haven't got to 100 yet.
Well, do it at home. I'm trying to sort these bills out here.
I told Carol I was going to the gym. I can't get home and start doing press-ups if I told her I was at the gym. I've got to keep fit, pieces. Body and mind like a coiled snake, my T.O. used to say. Ready to strike at the first hint of danger.
Clive, you worked for Shell Oil, not the CIA.
The CIA would be a Christmas party compared to saturation diving, eh? To survive, you need to have it here, you need to have it here, and you need to have it here.
You need an erection.
Balls. Testically, as the Norwegians say. Although, you come to mention it. I know what'll cure that bad mood of yours.
I've brought my dishes. You just point me in the direction of the washing up liquid, I'll leave them ready to use again.
Oh, it's all right. The washing up's included with the meal.
Oh, that's very kind. And what a meal it was too. What was the name of that pasta dish?
Macaroni cheese.
Macaroni cheese. Excellent. My compliments to the chef.
Fat guy's not on drugs. He should be. I'm not joking, you peaches. I don't trust that guy. Did you get references?
Aye. 225 of them.
Oh, I worry about you peaches. You know that? And I'll tell you something. When my ship comes in, you're never going to have to worry about money ever again.
Your ship's been out for 2 years, Clive. Maybe it's lost.
It's no lost. All it's going to take is one more job. Just one. And then I'll have the money to set up the diving school. And then it's goodbye Shell Oil, goodbye Port Clyde, goodbye Carroll. I've a really good feeling about the deep tie-in they're doing in Bradley sector. I know Bradley sector, that most people know their bathtub, right? And you know what Lars Jurgen said to me the day we finished the Aries tie-in?
Aye.
There was 12 guys in that dive. He took me aside, just me, and he said, you're worth the other 11 put together. And do you know why?
Experience and bollocks.
Experience and balls. That's what it takes to get the job done. I'll tell you something else. See the more dangerous the work, the randier I get.
Ma, the police just pulled up. Tell them I was here all last night and I don't know anything about a cavalier, all right?
Jim, come back here! You swore to me, you... Jim!
Miss Panic.
I remember my dress, Lucy.
You were supposed to wait for me under the clock.
We found him in Glasgow. I think he got himself a bit lost.
What were you doing in Glasgow? Oh, for Christ's sake, Sandy, you make the same journey every day. You get the 9:16, you get off at Cannon Bridge, you walk 30 yards to the day centre.
What was
You were
it?
daydreaming, weren't you? You were daydreaming and missed your stop.
The 9:16 doesn't stop at Cannon Bridge.
What?
There's a new timetable. Windmill have taken over the line and most of the trains are express now.
Oh, well, that's brilliant. I spent months trying to get him into that day centre, weeks sorting out his route, and then they just decide the 9:16's not going to stop at Cannon Bridge anymore.
Anyway, you're safe and sound now, eh, Sandy? I got you a new timetable. I thought you might need it.
Thanks.
What are we going to do, Lucy?
Well, we'll just have to find you another train. OK, there's one at 7:02. Oh, no, that's too early. Right, the next stopping train is at 13:56. What is this? No trains between 7:12 and 13:56?
But can I not just take the bus? I like buses.
You need to get 3 buses. Look what happens when your train doesn't stop. What would you be like if you missed a bus halfway to Cannon Bridge?
But they're showing us how to use a washing machine, Lucy. You can get a job in a laundry if you can use a washing machine.
What do you want me to do? Hire you a chauffeur-driven limousine? How about if I make us a pizza, eh? The extra cheese and onions. You go up and play with your trains, and I'll call you when it's ready.
I remember when he was born. Everybody came to see him and shook their heads, but I thought he was beautiful. The world's a cruel place, Lucy.
Have you not forgotten something again, Gran?
I don't need my hat if I'm not going out.
mindful about it, huh? It's just the gyro comes. Ta.
Looks like you've had a derailment there.
All the track's bent. Mr. Clancy kept throwing out the window.
I heard about your trouble today.
Lucy says if they stop going to the day centre, I'll never get a job now.
Can't let them get away with this, Sandy. I know what you're thinking. They're a big multinational corporation. They run the buses, they run the trains, they've swallowed up every route and every company they've ever set their sights on, but they're bullies, Sandy. And you know what we must always do when confronted by bullies?
Keep your head down, don't say nothing and keep on walking.
We must resist them. They may have bigger boots, but we have more feet. Because it only takes one person, Sandy, one person to inspire another and another and another until the whole towering edifice is revealed as the impotent sham that it is. We must stand up to them, Sandy.
Oh.
What's happened? Who pulled the communications call?
We did.
What's wrong? What's the emergency?
Well, the emergency is that this train has failed to make the mandatory scheduled stop at this station.
What? Do you know what the penalty is for using the communications cord without due cause?
And do you know what the penalty is for failing to provide the statutory level of service as a franchisee?
You are in a lot of trouble, pal.
George Mackey from Windmill Transport.
Well, it's about time you got here. We're not the kind of men who like to be kept waiting. This is a very serious matter. I would have expected you to give it the urgency it deserves.
Well, perhaps you'd like to tell me why you pulled the communication cord on our commuter service this morning.
Well, perhaps you'd like to tell us why we were compelled to. For I have here the British Rail timetable upon which the passenger service requirement for this line is based, and it quite clearly states that the driver of that train should have stopped at Cannon Bridge at 9:37 and not have relied upon action by passengers. And we demand immediate redress, or we shall have to ask these policemen to place you under arrest.
Have we met before?
If we have met before, I'm sure you would remember me.
Good point. Look, the passenger service requirement for this line states that Windmill must provide a service stopping at Cannon Bridge 4 times a day. Now, if you look at our timetable here, you'll see that we've got trains stopping at Cannon Bridge at 7:32, 14:15, 19:02 and 23:12.
No, those services are useless. Where are your rush hour trains?
Taking commuters to work and back on express services that are 20% quicker than previously.
Leaving my friend here and countless others like him completely stranded at peak times.
There is nothing illegal in the Windmill timetable, sir, which is more than can be said about your actions this morning, which make you and your friend liable to a maximum £1,000 fine and a prison sentence.
You going to make a complaint?
No, the press would love that. But if either of you set foot on any of our trains again, we're going to treat it as criminal trespass. Okay?
Okay, okay.
See them off the premises.
Hey, come on. Move it. Come on, move it.
You've not heard the last of us, Mr. Mackey.
Oh, come on.
No, I don't suppose I have.
Does that mean my name will not be in the papers after all?
Well, not tomorrow, perhaps, but did you see that? And didn't you see that?
What?
Well, we may have lost this one on a sort of technicality, Sandy, but they know we're onto them and they're running scared.
They are?
I'll bet you George Mackey is on the phone right now to Kathleen Gorman herself, worrying, fretting, wondering what we're going to do next.
What are we going to do next?
It's a good question. It'll have to be a feat of diabolical cunning. We'll go back to the house now and plan a strategy meeting.
How are we going to get there?
Oh. Well, I suppose we'll have to wait for a bus.
There's a bus.
It's not one that's likely to do us much good unless we buy it, though.
If I bought that bus, I could go to Cannon Bridge any time I wanted.
Of course, that's it! Sandy, you're a genius.
I am.
You are a genius! Thank you. Come on, Sandy.
Can you brush your shoes? Stand before the mirror. Can you comb your hair? Grab your coat and laugh. Can you walk when streets trying to remember all the wild night freedoms in your memory ever.
I'm happy.
And everything looks so complete when you're walking out on the street and the wind catches your feet, sends you flying. All the girls walk by dressed up for each other, and the boys do the boogie woogie on the corner of the street, and the people passing by staring wide wonder, and the inside jukebox goes out just like thunder, and everything looks so complete when you walk out on the street, and the wind catches your feet, sends you flying, flying. Wild night is calling.
What's going on here? What's my phone number doing in this leaflet?
Donovan's bought a bus. We're starting up a bus company.
No, in my house, you know.
We're going to be taking folk to Cannon Bridge and back. Donovan's driving the bus and I'm collecting the fares.
You can't add up, Sandy.
I can so.
Is nobody going to answer that phone?
All right, the fare's £1.20. I give you a fiver. What change are you going to give me?
Exact fares only, please.
Hello?
The fare's 80 pence then. I give you a 50 pence piece and 2 tens. Have I given you enough?
Fare's £1.
There's one at 8.15, 9.15 and 10.
Why are you doing this?
People have been left stranded, Lucy.
And what's that got to do with you?
For evil to triumph, it requires only that good people do nothing.
We're talking about a train timetable.
5.15. That's in 5.
I'm not having this. Now, I want you to go out there and take down every one of these leaflets, burn the lot of them. And take off that stupid outfit this minute.
No.
This is my house.
It's my house too. Ma left it for both of us.
Aye, and lumbered me with looking after you for the rest of my life.
You don't have to look after me. I've got a job now. Donovan's made me a company director.
Don't you think you ought to finish the rocket you were making from a squeezy bottle first? Will you piss off and leave us alone? If you go out of there with that on, you'll be the laughing stock of the neighbourhood.
Already am.
Where's dinner?
In the chip shop. No, you're just late.
I had to collect Carol from the hairdressers.
And she looked that great in her new hairdo, you just had to shag her before you went out.
Peaches, you know I never shag her.
Go get us a drink.
Aye, sure. Yeah, cash.
So, how'd the interview go?
Oh, it was a load of bollocks. They're hiring wee guys still in their nappies, you know. I says, there's no way I'm putting my arse in a line with that lot at 1,000 feet. Lars Jurgen, man, he's the man who valued experience. I says, look, sunshine, you're trying to save money. I says, but when the pressure seals, those yo-yos have welded start to go, you phone me.
I'm surprised you're no home waiting on the phone just now.
What's the matter with you? Your period coming or something?
Sandy and Donovan have started up a bus company in my sitting room.
A what?
Because Sandy couldn't get to his day centre, so Donovan bought a bus. Only Sandy isn't going to use it to get his day centre, because he's now got a job as the bus conductor. And director of the company, by the way. There's thousands of these leaflets up in the town. People are phoning the house to get bus information, and my brother looks like a refugee from Sergeant Pepper.
It's funny though, isn't it?
What's funny?
Sandy panicked. Managing director at the firm.
How's that funny?
Is it funny? Because he's a moron.
Watch your mouth.
What are you talking about? You're always calling him a moron. You sure he should have been strangled at birth?
That's different. I'm his sister. Are you his sister?
No, I'm not.
Do you cook for him? Clean for him? Drag him kicking and screaming to the dentist, then you can shut up. He's got a learning disability. A learning disability, right?
What? What's that supposed to mean? Like that woman out there who's got a beauty disability, and the guy there who's got a keeping his farts to himself disability, and like you who's got a staying sober disability.
What do you mean by that?
It's a joke, Peaches, come on.
What are you saying? You saying I'm a drunk?
I'm saying you like a drink.
Well, at least I don't pass out in the middle of a shag.
I'd had a long day.
In the pub?
Aye, with you! Come on, stop it. Come on, have a drink, for God's sake. Large whiskey, please.
Jesus Christ! That paving stone's loose. How's nobody fixed that paving stone? I could have broken my neck.
Oh, you're right.
Get your hands off me! I can get up. I don't need you. Ow! 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 What are you doing? You some kind of pervert?
Just making sure your foot's all right.
It's fine. It's perfect. I could dance all night, so piss off. Oh.
I'll fix the paving stone before I go to work tomorrow.
What?
I'll fix the paving stone so you won't fall again.
You can can take the piss out of my brother if you want, but you're not going to take the piss out of me. Now, I don't know what your game is, pal, but I'd take your wee suitcase and throw it into the street right now if you hadn't already paid this week's rent. And if I find you've taken my brother for a sucker, I'll personally rip your face off. What are you looking at?
I was looking at you.
Well, don't. Because I know what you're thinking. I know exactly what you're thinking, and I'm not, okay? I'm not.
You are. I think.
Look! What do you want me to do? Walk a straight line?
You are really.
Put my finger
quite
on my nose with my
beautiful.
eyes closed? I'm away to my bed.
Panic information. May I help you? Yeah, just stick out your hand and they'll pick you up. That's right. You can pick up the telephone.
Daniel Quinn? Jesus God.
Can you explain it to me again about the fairs?
Stages. From Port Clyde to Strathlinnes, from Strathlinnes to Castle Donald, or from Castle Donald to Cannon Bridge, or vice versa, or all £1 journeys. From here to any intermediate stage, or vice versa, that's £1.50. From here to Cannon Bridge, or from Cannon Bridge to here, that's £1.80. Half fare for children over 5 or under 12. Children under 5 and senior citizens travel free.
Where's vice versa again?
You'll get the hang of it as we go along. To embark on a great mission, Sandy, a great quest. To fight the mighty windmill.
Aye.
They'll try to defeat us, make no mistake about that, Sandy. And they won't care who they hurt because there are no people in their equations, only customers, labour units who exist on paper, not in flesh or blood. So they keep the wheels turning. And it doesn't matter if there's a man lying in the road in front of those wheels. A man of flesh and blood. We need to stop the wheels, Sandy.
Donovan, listen, I've changed my mind. I can't do it.
What's wrong?
You never told me nothing about stages. It mixes me up. I thought the fare was going to be £1. I thought the fare was going to be £1.
Why didn't you bring this up before?
Sorry.
Because it's brilliant. Like all simple ideas, it's brilliant.
What is?
The flat fare structure. Step right up, madam. The fare is £1. That's right, £1 to anywhere at any time. We call it our all-day saver.
Donovan, I told you I'm not going to. Oh, Ridika.
You done it again, Sandy. You're a genius.
Thought you might want to see this.
Well. Can't last her. Pieces. These 20-year-olds. You might be able to shag 10 times a night, but they shot their load 2 minutes. Like a lot of things. There's a lot to be said for experience. Penny for your thoughts.
A penny? When did I ever get any money off you?
Don't be mean, Peaches. You know what I've got's yours.
And you've got bugger all.
True, but that's only temporary.
I was just thinking about this lodger. He's doing my head in, you know. I mean, what's he doing here?
Running a bus company.
But why?
Because Donovan Quick is a lunatic.
If that's his name.
What do you mean?
I was cleaning in there the other day and I found a library ticket and an American Express card, platinum. They were both in the name of Daniel Quinn.
Daniel Quinn? Maybe he's a tycoon. Here to see how the lower classes live. You should get right in there, Peaches.
He thinks I'm beautiful.
Second thought, maybe he's just a lunatic.
Hey, you used to say I was beautiful.
It was only when I was pissed.
You're pissed now.
Not that pissed. So what else did you find when you were cleaning?
Nothing.
Typical. Guys like that are all show. See a deal in a magazine to get a platinum card. You think it's going to impress the birds. But they're skint. It's all dick. No spunk.
He was flush enough to buy a bus.
What the fuck do you mean by that? Let me tell you something. 2 years ago when I came on shore, I had that much dosh. I bought myself an American Lincoln Continental just 'cause I was bored. Right? Don't talk to me about some fucking clapped-out bus. Sorry, Peaches. I'm a bit tense. You know what? They awarded the Charlie sector contract today. You know who got it? McNabb and Jurgen. None of them ring any bells?
Experience and bollocks.
Balls, Peaches. This is the break I've been waiting for. I'm telling you. You add it up. 6, maybe 9 months. 500 a day. That's all it's going to take to get the diving school going. We can set up shop anywhere you want. How do you fancy living in the Seychelles?
Where's that?
That time. I better get a minicab. You got cash?
And the 10 in the kitchen.
Donovan, have you ever been in love?
Why do you ask?
I think I might be in love. I keep getting this funny tummy.
It could be something you ate.
Sometimes I can't breathe, and sometimes I can't even talk.
Well, it's unlikely to be lockjaw, so what are you going to do about it? Have you told her yet?
I can't tell her. She might laugh at me.
Well, she might love you, Sandy. Well, don't you see? You can't keep a thing like this to yourself. This is what makes painters paint and poets write. It's the source of our greatest achievements. No, you can't just go up to her and say, I love you. You have to get close to her. You have to show her in 1,000 ways what's in your heart.
Do you know any chat lines?
Chat lines, I don't know. Do you come here often? If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
What?
Well, you see, it has 2 meanings. It could mean if you told her she had a beautiful body, she might hold it against you in the sense that she might take offense. Or it could mean that she might hold it against you. In other words, she might give you a cuddle.
She might? What's happened? Where is everybody?
I think I know. Come on, Sandy, quick, get on the bus. I suspected they'd try something like this.
Who?
They were quicker off the mark than I expected.
There's no passengers here either.
Of course not.
Where are all the passengers, Donovan?
On that bus.
Have they got an old bus now?
No, but they obviously want them to think we have.
Who does?
Windmill. They're going after our route, Sandy.
Wait, you're on the wrong bus. This is the right bus. You're on the wrong one. You're on the wrong bus.
Now the battle commences. We're here to see George Manning.
Wait! He comes!
Keep up, Sandy. pulled that bus off the road today.
Not you again.
My name is Donovan Quick from Quick and Panic Buses. I want you to pick up this phone and order that bus back to its depot.
We are a very large company, Mr. Quick. Which bus would that be?
You know damn well which bus I mean, the one on the Port Clyde to Cannon Bridge route.
Well, we launched that service just this morning. The early reports are it's doing very well.
Well, it ought to be doing well. You poached all our passengers.
Hardly poached.
Your bus is running a schedule 5 minutes ahead of ours and is painted in Quick and Panic livery.
Panic and Quick livery, solely for the customer's benefit, reassures them they're on the right bus.
It tricks them into thinking they're on the right bus.
That's capitalism, Mr. Quick.
Look, I warn you. Unless you take that bus off our route, you're going to have a fight on your hands that has not been equalled since they tried to privatise the railways.
They did privatise the railways. Look, Mr. Quick, I admire your enterprise. I mean, you got out there, you identified a niche market, you exploited it before we were even off the blocks, and I respect that. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm willing to buy you out. Yeah. So I'll give you 10 grand for the bus and the ticket machine, which is far more than they're worth, as you well know. You take the money, you set up a nice business for yourself somewhere else. How'd that be?
You've just made a very serious mistake.
No, I won't make you throw in your gloves as well. Are you sure I don't know you from somewhere?
By the time this is over, you're going to know me so well, you'll be sick of the sight of me.
I think we're getting there already.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
Why, McFarlane? Yeah. For you.
Quick and Panic information. They've hung up! That's another customer you've lost for us.
I'm waiting for a very important call.
Quick and Panic information.
Listen, come on, she's doing it again. What's Lars going to think if he phones and he gets Quick and Panic information?
What did you say he could phone you here for anyway? How did you not give him your own number?
And let Carol get half my earnings in the divorce settlement. What, is that what you want? Here. Did you see that?
Quick and Panic.
She should be locked up, you know.
How may I help?
She's talking to the public, she's no clothes on.
Aye, but they don't know that.
She said he'd ring back as soon as he was free.
That was hours ago, Clive. Will you just ring back?
She said he'd ring me. If I phone back, I'm going to look desperate, aren't I?
If you're not going to phone back, then I will.
You can't do that. Listen, you put the phone down. Listen, it's got nothing to do with you. Put the phone down, will
You're
you?
driving us all crazy. Hello, may I speak with Lars Jurgen, please? Let's see.
Eyes down there, Mary.
No, I'll phone back
As
tomorrow.
our challenger, you will take the first.
He left for the day.
Of course she's going to say that to you. He's a very busy man.
We shall not be built just like a tree, standing in the water. We shall not be moved.
Good day then.
Good. It was great. It was stupendous.
How much did you take?
£12.15.
What? But you took over 300 quid yesterday. What happened?
A windmill put another bus service on our route, and they painted the bus in our livery, ran the service 5 minutes ahead of ours, and managed to collect most of our passengers.
Then what are you so cheerful for?
Because here the battle commences. We'll fight them in the bus lanes, we'll fight them in the depot, we'll fight them.
Have you finally gone mad as well as Daft? How are you going to fight Windmill? They're a multinational company. How are you going to fight them?
Well, Sandy's come up with a plan.
Sandy? Sandy could have come up with 2 soaks that matched. Windmill must be running scared, eh? They've been threatened by a lunatic and a certified moron. They must be shitting themselves, eh?
As a matter of fact, they are.
They offered us £10,000 to buy us out.
Who did?
George Mackey for Windmill.
Well, and you turned them down?
Of course I did. And here the battle commences, and I'm a soldier.
You are a bus conductor, Sandy. Don't you see? They're going to get what they want anyway. Big companies always do. They're going to take your bus, they're going to take that stupid ticket machine, and they're going to take your route. They were only offering you the money now to make it easier for themselves.
Well, I'm not going to make it easy for them. Sods it they are.
George Mackey. My name's Clive McFarlane. Can we talk?
I don't have meetings in car parks. If you want to talk to me, you need to phone my secretary for an appointment.
It's just that I understand you've got a wee problem with quick and panic. I've got some information. What if I were to tell you that Donovan Quick, he might not be who he says he is?
So who is he?
I want £10,000 in cash.
Why should I spend £10,000 to stop a one-bus operation on a route to nowhere?
You offered them 10,000.
They own the bus.
5,000.
3.
2 grand, that's it.
Look, I'm a self-made man myself, so I don't believe in giving people something for nothing. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you a job.
A job? What kind of job?
Well, I don't know, you got any skills?
Skills? I'm a saturation diver, pal. I'm a top in my profession.
Well, being a bus company, we don't get that much call for divers. But as you've got experience with water, I could get you a job washing buses.
Taking a piss, pal. You think I'm going to tell you what I know for a job washing buses?
You let me know.
Okay, shall we synchronise our watches?
This is just like James Bond, isn't it, Donovan?
Go.
Go, 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 go. Delta Quebec, this is Sierra Papa, do you read me over?
Sierra Papa, this is Delta Quebec. Can you see which is the panic and quick bus?
No, no, Rio, it's hard to say.
Keep an eye out, Sandy. They'll be expecting us to pick up slightly early after yesterday.
Can we not just leave now then?
Negative. Our usual passengers may not be there yet. They have to make the first move.
Hang on, somebody's heading for one of the buses.
Can you see if it says 5X to Callan Bridge on the front?
Nah.
Glasgow.
Hang on, it's changing it, Donovan.
What to what? What does it say?
Falkirk. No, he's changing it again. Hart Hill.
Motherwell. Helensburgh. Carlisle. Edinburgh. Stirling. People.
Cannon Bridge.
Cannon Bridge?
I stop there at this Cunning Bridge, Donovan. Is this 5X Cunning Bridge? He's starting up the bus. What do I do now?
Go now! Bastards.
You gonna help me get this started or not?
This is all so predictable.
What happened, Donovan? They're ahead of us.
No for long, them, no.
Let's go! Let's go!
Ready, quick as you can. And we're off.
What's going on here? Will the bus blow up if we go below 50?
They're gaining on us, Jim.
Who's gaining on us?
Windmill bus.
But that's one of your buses.
No, it's windmill bus. They're trying to poach our route.
You probably found the man on the crossing works for Windmill.
Aye. Well, I've got a tactic or two in my own.
Put another bus on the route, one in front, one behind. Standard procedure.
Well, it's going to be two behind in a minute.
Said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
They'll never catch us now.
Okay, so Windmill have decided to play hardball. Today they had 2 buses on the route. Tomorrow it could be 5, 10, 15 even. It's what they did in the East Midlands when they took over the suburban route network. In Southampton, where they drove the council buses off the road, and in Sussex, where you won't see a bus without a Windmill logo from Brighton to London. Now, the question is, how do we fight them?
Is there not an obvious solution to this?
What?
Take the money. Let them buy you out.
All right, it's a fair point. Who would like to just take the money, then? Sandy? Gran? Jim?
No.
What do you mean, no? They've got the buses, they've got the money, the power. You can't fight that. How are you going to fight that?
By getting the passengers.
Maybe we should just charge the folk 50p.
Oh, aye. You charge 50p, then Windmill charges 50p. You charge 10p, then they charge 10p. You charge a penny, then they charge a penny. Who goes bust? You or them? You think folk are going to take your bus just because they like you?
But they do like us.
I think you may have cracked it, Lucy.
What?
Well, it's not just us that doesn't want Windmill on that route. Nobody wants them. I mean, they've managed to get people on their buses by deception. Well, we've got to blow their cover. We've got to let the people know. We need leaflets, posters, an information hotline. We need to get the local press involved and the radio.
Involved in what, dear?
With the consumer boycott of windmill transport. Let the people say, we shall not ride.
We shall not ride.
We shall not
We
ride.
shall not ride.
As we enter the millennium, we are proud of our record of providing transport wherever people need to get from A to B. Windmill transport, local transport for the global community. Before we move on, I just want to thank the Artvac agency for their fine work on our wonderful new corporate video. And now we move on to the regions. George, would you like to kick off?
Thank you, Mrs. Gorman. Well, we've had a terrific quarter in Scotland region, beginning with our takeover of the train service, which, despite some teething problems, has been a great success. We've made great strides in our bus network at the same time, particularly in the west of Scotland. We've launched some very promising and much needed local services there. For example, our new route from Portclyde to Cannon Bridge.
Right side of the track when the train goes by. When the rain will catch you, you will sigh. Deep in your heart, and you'll come running to me. And you'll come running to me. Yeah. Well, you watch the train go round the bend. Praise just a dream that you never had. Deep in your heart, you'll come running to me. Yeah. You'll come running to me.
Unless it says quick and panic on the side, it's no one of ours.
Come running to me. Oh, come running to me. Hey, yeah, come running to me. I said, hey, come running to me. Oh, come running to me. Hey, yeah, come running to me. With your hands on and your arms stretched out.
You're doing a great job there, Sandy Panic. We're all right behind you, so we are. Nobody in my family's travelling anywhere in windmill buses, or windmill trains either. In fact, the wife says to me the other day she wants to go to Amsterdam on holiday. I says, no chance. I'm not going anywhere with any windmills.
In a country, keep that sound up, put your heels. Think to yourself, could it feel? Well, you walk your shoes. Then you come running to me. Hey, yeah, then you come running to me. I said, hey, come running to me. Oh, come running to me. Hey, yeah, hey, come running to me. Oh, come running to me. Hey, yeah, come running to me. Oh, come on, run. Come on, run. Come on, run. Run to me. You got the rainbow
The whole thing's completely mushroomed. We've got 16 buses in that route now and no one's using them.
Did you lower the fares? I told you to lower the fares to 10p.
We did, but Quick and Panic are just asking people to pay what they can afford. We didn't know how to respond to that.
Take the punters free if you have to. We'll want them back on our buses.
George, some of their people are paying £5 to go 2 miles. You think we're going to get them back if we offer to carry them free?
There's a reporter from the Herald on line 2.
The Herald?
They must have picked up the story from the local paper.
Well, tell them I'm in a meeting.
There's going to be more of that. Quick and Panic were on Good Morning Scotland this morning, talking as though this is the biggest story since David and his slingshot.
What is going on here? We can't handle a couple of lunatics in the police school bus.
Mrs. Gorman's on line 3 for you.
I'll take it in my office. And get hold of our public relations people. We need to nail these guys, and I want them on it today.
You want some supper?
Finish this first. The fuel pump's blocked.
You always were dead keen on motors. Like your dad.
You used to work in cars?
We had an old Capri. But I think he was more interested in the back seat than under the bonnet.
Is that what I was...
Aye.
I thought I'd sleep in the bus tonight. Just in case somebody tries to mess with me.
I'll find you a sleeping bag.
Cool. Thanks.
Can't see any other way around it.
Come on, time to go.
I've got to get past the pit ball at reception. Because he's always in a meeting, he's always in the other line, he's always in Norway.
Time to move it. Come on.
You listening to me?
Speaking some bollocks.
Balls, peaches.
Like to finish your drinks now, please.
Come on, I'll get you up the road. Yeah. I'm going to see Jurgen by myself. I mean, just me and him. I mean, we could sort it out at a couple of pints. What do you reckon?
Whatever you think, Clive.
So you'll front me the dash
What?
to get to Aberdeen. To see Jurgen. I mean, 60 quid. It's just a train fare and a few cans. Listen, this is the break I've been waiting for. I want to marry you, Peaches. I know I never tell you that. When I get to diving school together, it'll be just me and you. But I need this one last job.
Clive, have you never thought that maybe the reason...
60 quid? You're sitting in 10 grand and you want to give me 60 quid?
What are you talking about?
You could walk into Windmill Amora and bankroll my diving school for it.
Is that why you want to marry me all of a sudden?
Marry you? Who else is going to marry you? You're 35, going on 50, you've got a house full of lunatics, and you're a drunk. Probably the only guy who's ever wanked thinking about you. You ever thought about that? The only guy who's ever wanked, are you?
Lucy, are you all right?
What do you think? Of course I'm all right.
You ate that pie, didn't you?
What?
Told you to throw it away. It was out of date.
Aye. So it was.
You look terrible.
I always look terrible.
Yeah. No, don't drink it all at once, just little sips. Keep you from getting dehydrated.
Why are you doing this?
You look like you need looking after.
Oh, I'm really sorry. You must think I'm disgusting.
No, it's, no. No, it's just it wouldn't be right to take advantage of your fragile state. And also I realised that you're spoken for.
By Clive. That's like saying a household fridge is spoken for. It's just something you use. Something you stuff your salami in.
So why do you let him
park his salami? My mum died when I was 15. She made me promise I'd look after my brother and my gran. I wish she just asked me to kill myself so we could have cut out the middleman. I kept thinking, someday somebody was going to come along and take me away from all this. And someday somebody did. I was 17. He was the first guy I ever knew who had a car. An old Capri. He took me to Girvan for a day out. I came back pregnant. He wrote me a letter saying he needed to go away, but he'd be back. I've still got that letter. And I'm still waiting. Getting older. Lonelier. And now the only way to get someone to hold me, to touch me, is to let somebody shag me.
Mrs. Sappers? I just wanted to say I'm sorry about what happened. I mean, I know this must be a terrible time for you, but I wanted to. Well, I thought you might need. I thought perhaps this might help.
Come on, kids, we're going.
Will you ask him or shall I?
I can't. You ask.
You're Sandy Panic, aren't you? We saw your picture in the paper and we wondered, would you autograph it for us?
Ser more sisters.
Sandy,
Hello.
£1, please.
Hello. Hey, where's my change? That's all right, book.
I've got a lot of revision to do.
Excuse me, you haven't given me my change. Are you doing your old grade?
No, anthropology. I'm at university.
Oh, for heaven's sake, will you just give me my change? I'm sorry, haven't you got any? You'll have to write for nothing.
You're not going to make much money if you do that all the time.
If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
What?
If I said you had a beautiful...
No, I think I heard.
I love you, Radhika. I really love you. And if you said you love me, I'd be dead happy.
Sandy, you're very sweet, and I love you as a friend.
So can we get married?
As a friend, Sandy. Like, people can have loads of friends, but only one special person. I don't love you like that. Do you understand?
No.
She means piss off, you stupid wanker.
Is this gentleman bothering you?
No, but you are.
Ah, just leave her alone, mate.
No, you leave her alone.
Do you think she's a wee bit of your league, mate? You think you should find somebody on your own intellectual level? Know what I mean?
Like an orangutan.
Right, you lot, off the bus right now.
Oh, what have we done? Can he throw us off your pay?
No, you've no.
Well, you're supposed to pay what you can afford. We can afford nothing, so we're paying nothing.
I shall refund exactly what you've paid. You heard the man. I want you locked off this bus by the time I count to 10.
Are you do what?
We shall have to evict you by force.
Man, wait and see this, wait and see this.
1.
Look at this, man. Origin of the species, man.
3.
I can help you there, darling.
4.
You want to see my origin? Where are you
5.
Don't touch her.
Just leave it,
6.
Sandy.
You used to have your dick cut off, do you know that?
7.
I'll not tell you again, get off the bus.
Sandy, leave it.
8.
Go on, pal.
Don't you ever,
9.
ever push me.
Look, just leave them alone.
You're the
10.
boy.
Oh, I couldn't even say that again. You shit. Nobody talks like that.
Last call for passengers wishing to join the 1012 service to Aberdeen. Platform 1 for the 1012 to Aberdeen. The train now arriving at platform 6 is the delayed 9:15 service from Edinburgh. Winfield Transport welcomes you to Glasgow Queen Street Station and apologises for any inconvenience this late running may have caused.
Hiya. How's the head? The doctor says he doesn't think it's more than a cut, but I want to keep you in a couple of days as a precaution.
She doesn't love me.
Who?
Radhika for the paper show. All over.
You didn't tell her that, did you?
I had to. But they boys were laughing and being nasty.
How many times have I told you to shut up and keep your head down? And do you know why I kept telling you that? To stop something like this happening.
But Donovan says if you love somebody, you tell them.
Yeah. Brought you this. You back from Aberdeen then?
Been back for hours. Where have you been?
Sandy's in hospital. Some lads beat him up. I've had a very bad day, Clive. I'm knackered.
What's that supposed to mean? Like I haven't had a bad day?
So you didn't get the job?
No, I didn't get the job as it happens, no. But it's nothing to do with Jurgen, it's no his fault, right? I mean, his receptionist is getting all this, he's in a meeting, shy, and he walks out with a big smile on his face. Clive, you bastard! How you doing? Slaps me in the back, takes me down to the pub. He wants me on the job, he really does, right? But his hands are tied, because the technology. I'm not trained in the technology. It's gonna cost him too much money.
It's because you're an alcoholic.
What?
You're a drunk, Clive.
You don't know what you're talking about, right? Everybody who goes offshore drinks.
No, when they're working.
I've never been drunk on the job in my life, right? You ask anybody. I've always got the job done. I go drinking for 3 days on a binge and I still turn up for work. Stone cold sober, nothing in my stomach but half a pint of liver salts. That's how good I am. Am I going to pieces? Finished.
I think you should go home and think about it tomorrow.
I don't want to get home now.
I'm tired, Clive.
I know, but I need you tonight, dog.
I said I was tired.
Oh, I get it, aye. Stay with a guy when you think he's going to give you a big house, a flash car. You dump him as soon as you think he's a loser.
Trust me, Clive. I've always thought you were a loser.
You think he's going to want you, huh? The heat case with a platinum card. You think he's going to buy you flowers, take you home to meet his mammy, fuck you with the lights on? If I wasn't drunk, do you think I'd fuck an ugly slag like you, huh?
Piss up! Piss off, you animal!
Animal? I'll show you what kind of animal I am.
How's the bus?
Critical to terminal.
Should have seen how much they were going to charge us to tow it. Fortunately, the owner was a big fan. Said they wouldn't take the money.
When can you get it back on the road?
Day after tomorrow, if I get the parts. Need a lot of glass, new tyres.
You don't need to worry about the seats, though, son. I got needles, and I got cotton.
Let me have a list of what you need. Lucy. What happened?
Clive. I think you got a bit excited. He stuck a salami in the fridge.
Do you know where I can find him?
What are you going to do? Get on your horse and go avenge my honour, Don Quixote. What did you come here for, eh? What did you want from us? We were fine the way we were. It's your fault Sandy's in hospital. What'd you have to go tell him to chat that woman up for? If he'd just shut up and kept his head down, he'd have been all right.
He was in love.
He was humiliated.
It happens in love.
You want to know something? You're worse than Clive. You think he's a bastard because he came here the night and dragged me spitting and clawing onto the carpet? Well, that's nothing to you coming here and making me believe I deserved any better. I'm an alcoholic. I don't trip up in paving stones. I don't eat dodgy pies. I get pissed. I fall down. I puke my guts up because I'm a drunk.
I know.
I wish you never came here.
Mr. Mackey can see you now.
This is the last time I'm going to ask you. I want your buses off our route.
Well, that route's registered to both of us, and as I understand it, if we took our buses off the route, then the passengers would be completely stranded.
As you understand it? From whom? From the bully boys you hired to assault our
I hope you're not
conductor,
going to repeat that
vandalise
slander
our
publicly,
bus?
because if you do, you're going to find out exactly how good a legal department this company has.
It's one bus. One family.
Look, we're a big company, Mr. Quick. And we stay that way by making the competition think twice before they challenge us. As Kathleen Gorman's fond of saying, it's not enough to succeed. Others must be seen to fail.
We'll be back on the road tomorrow.
Why don't you just take the offer? I could write you a check for 5,000 right now.
I thought it was 10,000.
Well, price has gone down. Market forces.
If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
Came to say I'm sorry. I was well out of line. Wrote a peace offering.
Okay, Gran, try it.
Been doing a lot of thinking, Peaches. This diving school idea isn't any good for me. I wouldn't have the patience for it. Taking tourists and underwater expeditions to look at beer cans. Need to make a fresh start. Find a new line of work, huh? I left Carol. I told her this morning. We can get her in place now. Have a life together. I always said we would, so.
And when you were thinking it all out, what did you decide I should do with my brother and my gran?
There's loads of homes for folk like that.
I like this one.
So what are you saying, Peaches?
Go home, Clive.
I can't get him. I just keyed up everything for you. Where am I supposed to go?
To hell for all I care.
Okay then. Right. Cheerio then. Yes, slag.
You will retract that remark.
What? Oh, what?
You will take back that remark.
Just let him go, Donovan.
Take it back? What? You mean the bit about her being a slag? But she is a slag. Don't just take my word for it. Have you ever drank in the pubs round here? Because I'll tell you, you'd have to go to Edinburgh to find a bog door that doesn't say in the back of it, Juicy Lucy, open all hours.
And you will apologise.
Donovan, don't.
Listen, pal, if you want her, take her. But you'd be as well humping a used condom.
Don't, Clive, don't hurt him, for God's sake!
I mean, you're finished, right?
Donovan.
No ambulance. Police. No questions. I couldn't help you. It's over, Lucy.
Okay, let's try and get you upstairs. Come on. Donovan. Who's Daniel Quinn?
You wouldn't have liked him. He was a businessman. And his business was destroying lives. I mean, he wouldn't have thought of himself that way, of course. Because he never thought about the people he threw out of work, whose businesses he raided. So he was too busy making money for himself and his company. Until one day, a man named John Sappas organised a pathetic little strike. Blockaded one of the depots. Daniel Quinn ordered the working drivers not to stop. And they didn't. When Daniel arrived on the scene, Mrs. Sappers was hunched over the body. She got up and she said, "You're the one. It was you."
You killed him! You killed him!
And it was him. And his company.
Windmill.
His family say that's when Daniel started to go mad. So, because he had to atone. Atonement was necessary. So, being a businessman, he tried to compensate the widow. And she wouldn't accept it, of course. So then he tried to compensate the world at large. Handing out money in the streets, homeless people, beggars, whiners. Still wasn't enough. His family had to do something, so they went to a solicitor and had him sectioned. And committed to a nice centrally heated loony bin and set out to cure him of his hypomania. Daniel couldn't allow this, so in the dead of night, he packed a bag, withdrew all his liquid assets before they could be frozen, and escaped to continue the quest. Don Quixote was a great madman, Lucy. When they returned him to sanity, he was nothing.
We'd like a word with Daniel Quinn.
Donovan! It's the police! Go! Go! Don't take him! Don't take him!
Donovan,
He doesn't want to go! Don't take him!
Donovan, no! Donovan! Donovan!
Oh, Donovan.
I'm sorry, but I've spoken to the doctor now, and I'm afraid he doesn't think it'd be a good idea.
Will you tell him we've been sitting here 3 hours? And we'll sit here another 3 and another 3 until we can see him.
You have to understand, Daniel's very ill. It just wouldn't be good for him to have a lot of visitors just now.
Oh, aye. Then what's she doing going in there then?
That's his wife. I'll see that Daniel gets your flowers.
coming off the Glasgow train and another 9 on the Stranraer service at 10:15. The last 4 will pick up from their hotels. Got that?
Right then, sweetheart.
Got it, baby bear.
Oh, for Christ's sake, will you cut it out? You've been married 6 months and it isn't professional. There's your train now. Go on. Don't lose any of them, all right?
No, I think we just go in with both barrels. If Henderson won't play ball with us, we'll get Kembros to buy him out. He hasn't got the support. But we'll have to prise his fingers from the doorway, I'm warning you. I'll give you a call after I've seen where we're at.
This is due to Pointsville, your hotel.
Donovan? Daniel?
I think you're confusing me with somebody.
It's Lucy. You remember? Quick and panic, we'll get you there. It hasn't been that long. It's good to see you. We managed to keep the bus going. Windmill knocked us off the route, of course, but we got an enterprise grant to start up a tours business. Sandy's married now. Wayne on the way as well. Jim's still keeping the bus going. He's doing a City and Guilds mechanics course on day release. Acing it as well. And I've stopped drinking. Gran died a few months ago. Heart attack. She was on the phone at the time. We had to put some clothes on her quick before the ambulance came. It's the way she would have wanted to go, I reckon.
The train now arriving at platform 4 is the 11:05 Windmill train service to Ayr. Going to all stations.
Look, that's my train. I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused.
Don't be sorry, Donovan.
Another big movie blockbuster on the way tomorrow night here on BBC One, showing Uncut. Nicolas Cage and John Travolta are arch rivals, trading more than just punches in Face Off at 9:10. Coming up tonight, the countdown to departure continues for the Castaways after the news.